Hey guys, my name is Chris. Thank you so much for joining me today here on my channel. I hope that wherever you are staying safe and healthy. Today we're going to be stuffing our cash envelopes as well as our sinking fund envelopes, and I'm going to show you what we budget for each one of them on a weekly basis. So I hope you'll follow along and enjoy the video. So first of all, we're going to see how much money we're working with this week. So here's our money. I went to the bank yesterday afternoon, and I wanted to get this video up earlier today, but my plans changed. So anyway, here we are. So we have 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85. So we have $285 that we're going to be stuffing this week in our envelopes. Our first envelope we're going to do is a regular variable expense. Well, not so much variable because our budget for our groceries is $100 a week. So a typical month we spend $400 on grocery items. These envelopes I'm using are from the Clever Fox brand. I got these off of Amazon back in January, and you see some of them are kind of getting worn a little bit, but for the most part they're holding up okay. So it'll probably be time to replace these by the end of the year, or it's sooner, I'm not sure. So let's first see what we have in our grocery envelope still from the previous week. I use these little budget sheets, so you will see me keeping my records on these. And I have finished one side, so I'll be starting on this side today. So right now in groceries, this sheet says we should have $93 left. So let's count it and make sure that's what we have. 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. So we have $93. So we're going to be adding $100 to this envelope this week. As you see, last week we didn't. Sometimes our grocery budget carries over from week to week, meaning that we won't use all of the 100 that's budgeted for that week. So we'll end up carrying over some to the next week. This envelope, and I wanted to mention as well, is not only for our groceries, but we do use it when we get takeout food or when we eat out. So you will see on our budget tracker here expenses that are not from a grocery store or a Walmart, so to speak, but it may be places out, like for instance Taco Bell here. The original purpose of this envelope was to use it strictly for groceries. However, we do not have a separate eating out category, so we just figured we would just use the envelope for both purposes. So again, we have $93 in there already. We're going to add 100 from our cash that I took out this week. So I'm going to use 20. So I'm going to go, let's see, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Okay, I'm going to add that. Put this money to the side. All right, so I've got 100 here. I'm going to add it here, and then we're going to make sure we have 193. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. So we have $193. So I'm going to track this on our little budget sheet here. Today is the 11th, I believe. Let me check my calendar here. Yes, today is the 11th. All right, so I'm going to write, and hopefully you can see me. I'll zoom in just a little bit here. Okay, 7/11. This is a deposit. Okay, and we're adding 100. So our balance now is 193. All right, we're gonna stuff all of this back in the envelope and it's good to go. Okay, our grocery envelope is now done. Our next envelope we're going to look at is our fuel envelope. This one is the expenses for this in a monthly usage is split up. What I mean is that we use some of our fuel budget in cash and then some of it stays in the bank. So I'll explain that, but for right now, we're going to look at what we have in here. And I will not be adding any money to this today, and I'll explain why. So right now in our fuel envelope, we have 50, 100, 120, okay? Normally in a typical month, we spend between $200 to $220 on gas. I work remotely from home, so I'm not driving as much anymore. However, my wife is still commuting to her job, which is about a half hour away. So we are still having to budget for gas, you know, a good bit. So we have 120 in there right now. We use a Discover credit card, and the only purpose for the credit card is to buy gas on it. So we spend around $90 to $100 a month on the Discover card for gas. So if you add that $90 to this, or to our budget in a month that we take out in cash of $110, we have about $210 or around about total that we use for the month. And the reason why we do this is the Discover card gives us cash back, even more so at gas stations. So not to use a high percentage of the card, the utilization, not to keep it too high, we split some of the we pay for the gas on the card some, and then sometimes we pay for it in cash. So I will not be adding any to this envelope today. Hope I didn't confuse you. The first week of every month, we add cash to our envelope. So this envelope has already been stuffed for the month. And if you notice, today is July 11th. So let me see what I did. So on July 2nd, if you can see that, we added 120 to this envelope. So, and that's what we still have. All right. I'll put all of this back in here. All right, and our next envelope is our pets envelope. As I mentioned in our previous video, we do have some pets. We have a miniature schnauzer and 2 house cats. We also have a leopard gecko and a fish tank full of fish. This envelope is a weekly, I deposit money into this weekly is what I meant to say. So this envelope is used for food, for cat litter, dog treats, fish food if we need it, or crickets from the pet store for the gecko. I mean, whatever it is we need, we take it out of this. So currently we have in our pet care envelope is $45. Our budget per week for our pets is $30. So I will be adding $30 to this today. So first let's count what's in our envelope. So we have 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So we have 45 in there right now, as our track sheet here indicates. So I'm going to add 30. So I'm going to take my cash over here, and I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to take a 20 and a 10. All right. So I'm going to add this 30 into the stack, and then we're going to count it again to make sure the balance adds up. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. So adding 30 gives us $75. Let me mark that on my sheet. All right, try to keep this in frames so you can see what I'm doing here. And so our pets are due for their, well, what, let me start over. Our pets are running out of their food. Their food is getting low and they need new litter. So we're going to probably be going to the pet store this weekend and stocking up on their food items and treats and things like that. So $75 should be plenty for that. We've only had our puppy for about 4 months, I would say. So he's still a pup. He's still young and very, very active, and he goes through a lot of food and a lot of treats. So we used to have a weekly budget of, I think it was 20 or maybe $20 a week, and we had to bump that up to 30 a week because adding him to our family, you know, our expenses went up. But he's worth it. He's a great little dog. So. So that takes care of our regular cash envelopes. The next ones I'm going to look over is our sinking fund categories. These are items, categories that we just pile money up into and we take from periodically, you know, based on what the need is for. So I'm going to go over these with you. I'm going to show you what is already in each one of them, and then we'll be adding some money to them. So our first envelope is recreation. So I'm gonna open that up. All right, so recreation says we should have $82 in there. As you can see, since early June, we've not taken any money out of this. It's just been piling up for the most part. So let's count what we got in here, make sure our balance that we show here is $82. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. So $82 is in there currently. All right, so for recreation, we put in $10 a week. And just making sure I had my amounts right. Let's see. Yes, recreation is $10 a week. So I'm gonna grab a 10 from our stack of money that we pulled from the bank. So here we go. So now we should have 92. So I'm going to add a 10 and then put this 10 back here. So we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. So we're going to add 10. Hope you can see that okay. Deposit. And today is 7/11. Okay, so we have $92 in there now. And we use this envelope if we go to the movies, if we go get ice cream, or, you know, just something kind of out of the ordinary, you know, maybe take a trip up to a museum or something like that. With COVID this year, we haven't really been doing a lot of stuff like that. It's just we've been hanging around the house mostly. So this $10 a week just sort of sits there. There's times we do use it, but this has been a weird year, so normally we would not have a stack of cash like this in our recreation because we would be using it more often, and the balance would not be where it is now. All right, I'm gonna put this back in my envelope here, and we'll go on to the next one. And that's recreation. Our next envelope is not it's not like one of our other Clever Fox envelopes we've been using. This is a new sinking fund that we started for our cash, not our cash, our car insurance. What we're doing is we're saving up $120 a month up until June of next year. And when we get to June of next year, we'll have $1,560 saved in this envelope. And at that time, we will pay for our car insurance in full. So by doing this, our car insurance right now is $233, I think, a month. So by saving up like we're doing, once we pay for the full amount come next June, we will only have 120 a month that we're saving for it versus 233. Of course, for right now, we're paying 233 a month and we're saving $120 additionally toward this. I just wanted to eventually make this a sinking fund though, and be able to pay for it in full. I'm not sure if we'll get a discount by doing it that way, but either way, it will make our car insurance expense lower each month by doing this. So I won't be adding any to this today. I've already added it for July. So next month we will add $30 a week to get to our 120. I'll go ahead and show you though what's in here now. Alright, so I have a little tracker sheet here. So starting balance is 240, and that's what we have in here right now. So there's 100, 200, 220, 240. So we still got a little bit of ways to get to where we're going. Again, we're trying to get to $1,560, and once we reach that, we'll pay for our car insurance in full. So for this month though, this is stuff, and we'll start putting $30 a week in it starting in August. Our next category is our pets vet expenses, as well as grooming and medicines. And we add $40 to this every week because things can add up. And as you see, we only have $5 in here right now. We had to, on the 5th, order some flea and heartworm medicine for our puppy and our cats from Chewy.com, and that was $253. It's 6 months worth for the puppy, and then there's 3 months worth for each cat a piece. So what I did, I took $253 out of this envelope, I put it back in the bank, and then this left us with $5. So today we're going to be adding $40 to this envelope. So I'm going to take my money here. Well, let me see how I wanted to do this here. Missing some 20s, I think. 50, 100, 20, 30. Let me see. Make sure I'm not missing any money. Give me just a second, guys. Make sure I didn't overstuff my grocery envelope, because I normally put a lot of 20s in there. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 60, 80. Okay. All right, let me figure out. Give me just a second, guys, while I figure out what's going on here. So we're doing 40 a week. Get my book here. So, I'm not really sure what's going on here. I'm gonna come back to this envelope because I'm supposed to have 2 20s for this to make it $45. So I'm gonna put this envelope to the side, and then we're going to the next one, and we'll see where we made our mistake at. So, all right, so this is the money that we have left right here, and see, I don't have any 20s, so I'm thinking I may have put them in another envelope that I've already done, but we'll see what happens. Household and yard a week. This is for things inside the house, you know, if we have light bulbs go out, or if we need paint, or if it's outside, if we need pine straw, if we want to buy flowers like in the summertime, things like that. And this is what this envelope is for. This envelope gets $10 a week. So right now we have $46 in there. So let's make sure the 46 is here. So 10, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. So we have $46 in the household and yard envelope right now. Adding 10 will give us $56. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a 10. All right, put the 10 here, and then we're going to update our tracker sheet here. Let's see, 711. This is a deposit. Plus 10 leaves us with $56. All right, let's count it one more time. Make sure that's our balance. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. All right, so that one's good to go. Our next sinking fund is car maintenance. This is for our two cars that we have. We have a Nissan and a Lexus, and this is used for oil changes, new tires, new batteries, you know, whatever's going on. Of course, if it's something big, it would come out of our emergency fund that we keep in the bank, but this is for the smaller expenses like the ones I mentioned. So let's open this one up. This envelope right now has 170 in there. And the Nissan is getting close to having an oil change due for it. The oil change for that last time, if you can see, was $97. That was back in March. So it's been since March since they had an oil change. Our Lexus is still getting free oil changes from the dealership up to 2 years. So we're not having to budget for that specifically right now. So let's go ahead and count what's in here. We have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 130, 140, 145, 150, 155, 160, 165, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. So all 170 is there. Our car maintenance envelope gets $20 a week added to it. And I'm still confused because I'm missing some 20s. So I need to figure out where my 20s went. So let's put this in here. Because I budget the same way every week. You know, I add 20s to some envelopes and then I add 10s to others. You know, like 2 10s if I need a 20 to other envelopes. It's just the way I do it. So I'm gonna put this one to the side too because I feel like there's something wrong somewhere, and I'm gonna find out what's going on with it. So we'll come back to that. Our next sinking fund is vacation. This envelope, we don't have a particular vacation that we save for. We just throw money into it every week so that when we do want to go somewhere, we have a little bit of money set back for it. Vacation envelope gets $15 a week. So right now we have, let's see, $74 in there as of last count, and I didn't mark the date or nothing there. We did take a trip down to Florida last part of June with some family, and we spent some money there. We spent $216, and then that gave us $58, and then I added 16 at some point. I didn't keep a good track here. So we should have 74 in this envelope. So let's count it. 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. So $74 is in there right now. And again, we're adding 15 to this. So put a 10 and a 5. All right, so we're adding 15. Put the 5 with there. Okay. All right, let's count it, and we should have, let me update the sheet here. So we have, today is 7/11, deposit, and plus 15. All right, let's see what we have. 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. So $89 is our current balance. by adding 15. Okay. So we're good to go on that. Okay, our last sinking fund is named Christian Life. This is for donations to our religious organization. This is used for if we need new dress clothes, and so we figured we would start a sinking fund for that. And we have quite a bit in here right now. So right now we have $275. We're not saving toward a certain goal on this. We just add a little bit by little bit to it, and then at some point when we need clothes or we need to make a contribution, we will we'll do that. But right now we have 275. So let's count it and make sure that that's in there. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. So $275 is in there right now. This envelope gets $20 a week. So, okay, so 7, 11. So by adding $20, we should have $295 in here. Okay, so let's see. Guys, I think I'm missing some money, and I'm just not sure what's going on here. All right. Let me think on this a minute. I'm sorry, guys. I just gotta. This is bugging me now. I'm not sure. Okay. Well, so we've got some money left over. So I'm thinking what I did was for the grocery envelope, I just put that in 50s for our $100 for this week. Since I knew that we had a good bit left, I didn't want to have as many 20s there, so I'm going to go ahead and add this 100 to our grocery budget. We're going to put this other one aside for a minute. All right, so let's put this in here. All right, so we're supposed to have 193 in here. So if I add 250s, we should have that, and I'll go ahead and count it, and then we'll have these 50s accounted for. So 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220, 240, 260. No, that's not right. I must have added the 20. Yeah, I already added the 20. Wow, I'm getting all confused. All right, let's put the 50s back. I got to figure out where these go. I'm sorry. I'm normally a lot more organized than this. So let's count the grocery envelope since we have it out. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 185, 6, 7, 8, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. So 194 is the correct amount. I did add the 20s to this envelope. So all right, so I'm gonna put this one aside, and let's see, vacation. Let me think here. Y'all bear with me a minute while I get this together. Let's see. Okay, so I know what I did. All right, let's go back to our grocery envelope. Instead of putting the 20s in here, I was supposed to have put the 250s in here for the 100. So that's where my mistake is at. So let's do this. I'm gonna take the 100 back out of here that I had in 20s. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, okay? and I'm going to put the 250s in here. So all I did was replace the 20s in 100 to 250s to make it 100. So, all right, now we should be good. So let's go back to our other envelopes, and hopefully this fixes all of this. So back to our Christian Life envelope that I was showing you guys. This one, we put in 20 a week. So we're gonna take a 20, okay, to that, and I'm gonna add it here. So let's count this and make sure we have $295. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220, 240, 250, 260, 265, 270, 275, 280, 285, 290, 295. All right. Cool beans. We're getting back on track now. Okay. All right. We were at car maintenance, so we didn't have our 20s for this one either. This envelope gets $20 a week, so to make 190. So let's go ahead and track that. So today is the 11th. So deposit, we're adding 20. So this should give us 190. All right, so I'm gonna add 20. All right, let's see what we got. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 150, 160, 165, 170, 175, 180, 185, 186, 187, 188, 189, 190. Okay, and so we have 190 right now for car maintenance. And again, we will be needing to get an oil change soon for our Nissan, as well as the tire rotation. So that will bring it down a little bit. All right, so let's see. What we have now is, going back to our pets envelope here, we have $5 left in this, and this envelope, which is for, again, bed expenses, grooming, as well as medications, gets $40 a week into it. So I'm gonna write that down. Deposit plus 40 should give us $45. All right, so here's our stack of money. There's a 5. No, it didn't get 5. I don't know why I did that. We need 2 20s. Okay, there we go. All right, so we have 20, 40, and 45 for our envelope. All right, so we have some money left over, and I'm gonna tell you where this money goes. So, in fact, I think I missed one envelope. Let me grab my other envelope. We have a, I forgot to get this one. We have an envelope where we put money into it to give to people, or for gifts. You know, whatever the case. This is not the right one. It looks like the one though. All right, here it is. Okay, here we go. So this is our giving and gifts envelope right here. It has $37 in it. So we use this like if we want to give money away to someone that needs it, or again, if we have a you know, a party we're going to that we want to give someone a gift, or you know, just things like that. Right now we have $37 in it. This gets $5 a week into it. So let me go ahead and show you what is in here. So we have 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Okay? So there's 37 in there right now. If we add 5 today, we should have $41. No, that's 42. Okay, so we should have $42 in there when we add 5. So take our money and we're gonna add a 5. All right, let's count this again. All right, so 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. All right, and this envelope is good. Those of you who follow Dave Ramsey, we follow some of what he teaches, but what I was getting at, these envelopes came from one of his envelope systems that we used to have, and we had some extra ones when we stopped using that, so this is why these look different. I'm just trying to use these up first, and then of course they work as an envelope as well, so I'm trying to use these up before I have before I use matching envelopes like the other ones. So, the money that is left, so each week, since I mentioned my wife commutes to her job, she gets $20 a week for lunch money. Some days she takes her lunch, but some days she wants to eat out while she's at work. So we budget $20 for her each week to eat for lunch money. So she has her own envelopes that she keeps on her, so I will give her this 20 for that. This 10 and 5, which is 15, is another envelope that she carries, and it's for medical and health expenses. So if we have like co-pays for doctor's visits, or if we need to buy cold medicine at the store, you know, any kind of OTC items like that, this is what this goes toward, as well as prescriptions that we need to buy on a monthly basis. So she will put this 15 in that envelope, and then she will put 20 in her lunch envelope. So guys, that completes our stuffing for today, with the exception of these two, which I will give to her to put in her envelopes. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Of course, everything's not smooth as you saw. Sometimes there are mistakes, but we worked them out, got everything stuffed correctly. I hope you all enjoyed it once again. If you got any questions or feedback, please let me know. I would love to hear what you have to say about it. I thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe and like the video, and I will see y'all again next time. Thanks. Bye.